like that. I'm the type that's laid back. Space cruising right around the city with the seat back. Same Lincoln Town car whipping with the paint scratch. Still pull your girl even if you in the Maybach. Don't play that. I've been had the juice since way back. Everybody searching for truth, so just say that. In the booth, right in my room, could take a quick nap. When I say I sleep in the booth, I really meant that. I remember we was getting kicked out every kickback. It's funny cause I barely go out, now I just kick back.
Don't tell me how to live my life, cause I'ma live it, living how I'm living. Gotta work for everything in this life, cause nothing is a given, nothing is a given. Yeah, you gotta get to it, been knew it, gotta grind me cause I can't lose it. Not stupid, you can feel it up in my music. Live through it, never fading away, never fading away.
I just dropped a G on some stocks that I like. Sent some money to my mama, but we living alright. School wasn't for me, telling me what to think. I'd rather invest in other things than a college degree. Like appreciating assets, but I ain't got a bag yet. Still stacking bread like, what the hell a bag get? They sour with the dough. See them hedge funds sorting, they don't wanna see me spending cheese all up on my shoulder. Make my money work for me, retire before 40. By the time I pass away, my music gon' speak for me. I just picked it back up from the OGs before me. Something like Mike passing the torch to young Kobe. Yeah, we can't fake it. Came up and then we ran with it. It ain't overnight, alright. That mean we plan different, working every night, getting right. During the pandemic, jigs up, they dug in my work like it was damn.
Don't tell me how to live my life, cause I'ma live it, living how I'm living. Gotta work for everything in this life, cause nothing is a given, nothing is a given. Yeah, you gotta get to it, been knew it, gotta grind me cause I can't lose it. Not stupid, you can feel it up in my music. Live through it, never fading away, never fading away.
It's called T and 4 to 3. You take it away. Yeah, that's right. Probably 50 degrees outside, got my mind blown off of the trees. Windows down, feeling the breeze of that cold air. Living in the UT, yeah, we really out here. Ain't nobody recognizing, ain't nobody give a damn, really. Less I stunt on them silly in the streets, pop willies, but I'm not really like that. I'm the type that's laid back, space cruising right around the city with the seat back. Same Lincoln Town car whipping with the paint scratch. Still pull your girl even if you in the Maybach. Don't play that. I've been had the juice since way back. Everybody searching for truth, so just say that. In the booth, right in my room, could take a quick nap. When I say I sleep in the booth, I really meant that. I remember we was getting kicked out every kickback. It's funny cause I barely go out, now I just kick
Don't
back.
tell me how to live my life, cause I'ma live it, living how I'm living. Gotta work for everything in this life, cause nothing is a given, nothing is a given. Yeah, you gotta get to it, been knew it, gotta grind me cause I can't lose it. Not stupid, you can feel it up in my music. Live through it, never fading away, never fading away.
I just dropped a G on some stocks that I like. Sent some money to my mama, but we living alright. School wasn't for me.
What's good, y'all?
Back,
Yo,
baby.
we
Back,
back.
baby.
We
Let's
back,
go.
we back, we back. You know what I'm saying? Good to be back. Took a little
Back.
break.
Man,
I'm saying?
life does things.
Man. When life hit different. I don't know why.
Yeah, it does, man. It does. But it feels good to be back. It feels good to be back in our space, on our thing, man. I'm happy to be here. I really am.
First things first, man. What's happening? What's
What's
happening?
happening, man? You know, in the time while we were off, family sickness just ran rapid through the crib, man. It started from Ezra getting sick, then it trickled to my wife, then it trickled to the kids, then it got to me a little bit. Me, it kind of just hit me for a day. I end up just taking a day to chill. Then like the next day, I was like, I got to get up and do something. So I end up like going to the steam room. I like the steam room more than the sauna. I don't know, like I do. I just like the steam room more than the sauna. This seems to benefit me more. Got that out, man. Household is kind of calmed back down. We're holiday season, so the kids, the younger ones, this will be their last week of school. Nana's got till probably like halfway through next week. So then everybody's gonna be at home for a couple weeks. So yeah, see, Deuce even said the kids fighting off being sick here too, which is just that time, man.
Damn.
It's just that time. So everybody fighting through that, making it through though.
Good deal, man. I'm glad everybody getting back on the mend. I know that was something that hit hard a little bit, man.
Yeah.
But for
How's
me,
everything going on your way?
man, we got an empty house, man. My son is in the islands now. So we won't see no pop-ins from him at all. Mug is weird, man. It's weird trying to adjust with him. Hardest day was like the first 2-3 days. Not seeing his food at all, not hearing his heavy ass feet stomp upstairs. But we adjusting.
Yeah.
Technology is a beautiful thing. That's
No, it really
big
is.
thing, man.
It's so funny because all my aunts and them, we used to be like, all y'all do is be on Facebook and on the phone. And then when you show them, when I ask them, people will see the last name and you start to have family members add you who know, what I'm saying? Like people who know me, but I don't know them. Then they start to add. And then I'm at work with my aunt back in the day and I'm like, hey, auntie, who's this? She was like, how'd you get up with them on Facebook? And then I start to see one of the family members was sick or something. And they had made a group, like a Facebook page to share the video of them doing something for them. So I had pulled it up at work for my aunt to see. And now she's all over Facebook. My dad made a video. I said it's to connect with people, y'all. I said there's people who use it for nonsense, and then there's people who use it to stay connected with people. Like that's the purpose. So dude said I've been in comms with wife hella smooth. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Like the fact that you could keep up with people, extend to people, reach out to people. So that's something that people, man, takes for granted. How accessible we can be to people, man. Yo, so we good to go.
But man, beautiful thing. Man, let's get to it.
Wait, Deuce is here. Boom. Oh yeah, I got one. I got a joke. An original. I made this joke up by myself today. Deuce, he's a tough crowd. All right. My brother, he didn't know I was giving him an original joke, so I kind of caught him off guard. So I'm coming to you. You're the third denominator in the last 6 hours of the joke. So I'm gonna get a joke and we're gonna see what it's like. All right. Original jokes, trying to work it out.
Audio's in and out. Audio's in and out. I want to make sure I hear the whole joke.
It's not a long joke. This is a smooth joke. All right.
All right, I got you.
All right, hold up. Okay. I'm gonna get a microphone. I'm gonna make a segment of my original jokes and see if I can get 5 tomatoes or something. I know we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna test the limits. All right. If Dude's got 10 toes trivia, I'm doing stand-up. It's a stand-up joke night or something. We gonna do that. All right. What do you call a rooster who aspires to be a sketch artist?
Rooster who aspires to be a sketch artist. I don't know.
Yes. Cock-a-doodle-doo.
Hey, this guy. Original joke. I see it. Original joke. Hey,
Original joke.
Y'all heard it here first. A cock-a-doodle-doo.
Original joke. Cock-a-doodle-doo. I made it up today. All right, off the cliffs. 5 tomatoes. How many tomatoes do you give me?
Yeah, I gotta give you 5, man. I gotta give you 5. I gotta give you 5 on that one. Original joke.
Original
Delivery
joke.
is where it's at. That the delivery is where it's at.
Okay, so Deuce is a tough crowd. He gave me 3 out of 10, but he said 3 out of 10. But I was like, nah, Deuce, you're just a tough crowd. Like Deuce is
a tough crowd.
The dude to go to. He'll go to a comedy club. Just be the guy that's just like the rude guy. Like just like I wish you would say something to me. So he's a tough crowd. So the joke started when I told my brother, a rooster, like what do you call a rooster who wants to aspire to be an artist? But he was like, artist, like a musician or painter? Then I said painter. Then when I went to Deuce, Deuce was like, you know, him overthinking stuff where you can't say painter, you might want to try sketch artist. I said, all right, whatever. So I said, when I deliver it tonight, I'm going to deliver with sketch artist. So Deuce says so much better. He's still probably only going to give me 2.5 out of 5 tomatoes.
He'll give you 3.5 because he had a part in that.
Yeah, so he said it's been so boom, cock-a-doodle-doo. So
at least you didn't overhype it. A lot of people when they do jokes, they try to be like, "This was so good," you know. So
nah.
I'll give you 5. I'll give you 5 on that one.
It's just kind of meant to be a quick zinger. You know what I'm saying? Something in and out, working the body of work or something. That's all it's meant to be. Quick zinger. Okay. See if I can figure something out. So,
I'll give it a 5. You got a tough act to follow next week though.
Tough act to follow. I got. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to challenge. We're gonna challenge the comedic brain and see what we can do. That's what we're gonna do. So when I went back and I told my brother, he said, I'm not gonna lie. Deuce was like, he gave me 3 out of 10. So I called my brother back. I said, yeah, Deuce gave me 3 out of 10. He said, all I'm gonna say is this: you could do better than a cock-a-doodle-doo joke. I said, all right. So it's a start. He said, we're giving a baseline. So
for the quick hitters, it's not bad. Good starting point.
That's it. Yeah, it's supposed to be some quick hitter, little transition joke. Something that like if you in a session and everybody's like chilling, doing animal jokes, you got to throw one in there. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we haven't really heard no new jokes lately. You know, like little stuff like that. So I'm trying to have one that goes through the generation.
Am I gonna try that at the gym tomorrow? We'll see what happens. So if we see that one circulating on TikTok, we know.
Yeah. We'll see how far I can make it. We'll see how far I can make it.
All right, y'all.
All right.
Time to talk sports. This is why we're here. Week 14 review. I'm going to pull it up a different way on the screen. We're going to have it a little bit smaller. If we need to get in detail, we'll get in detail. But we'll start with
we got to start with the Thursday night Rams-Raiders, man.
Thursday night Rams-Raiders.
Yeah. Thursday night Rams-Raiders game.
17-16. It was a dirty game. It was a dirty, nasty, ugly game.
Man. You already know my absolute hate and disdain for Baker Mayfield. So I don't I'm taking nothing away from him getting on the field and finishing the drive to win it. But I'm also like, I hate the glorified part of the story that the man was clearly shown in his last stint to be horrible, got asked to be third string, and then he asked to be released. Like, so you get no love from me. And if Jacoby Brissett knew Deshaun Watson was coming back with hey, get me the hell up out of here, I bet you we would not be giving this dude the same red carpet if he was to do this stuff. So I'm cool on that. On the Raiders end, second half offense atrocious. Like the second half offense was atrocious. The final drive defense was atrocious. They just like at some point we need y'all to not Raider. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like all year, all the entirety of our lives, y'all are known that if there's an opportunity to sell and soil this, y'all are gonna do it. So my brother says, does Baker re-sign with the Rams this offseason?
No.
I actually think they have to.
Well, yeah, because of Stafford's neck.
Stafford's neck, and
if he does, it's gonna be a 1 year. It's gonna be on some minimum stuff.
Like, yeah. You get vet minimum money from them just to stay. So like that, they're the only team that put in a claim for him. Yeah. They were the only team that put in a claim for him. I think out of comfort they'll keep him because again Stafford, but he'll probably get one of the cheapest deals that they could get because they don't have no money to give nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like they don't have no money to give anything, so he's just gonna have to stay off of principle. So.
Plus, I think, man, with who Baker is, right? I think he messed up by leading that game winning drive. He done messed up because now
1 year.
everything, yeah,
Yep.
everything from here is this. So if you ain't
Yeah.
doing this, you're a disappointment to this team.
Yep. They play in Green Bay this week, right? I believe they got Green Bay coming up. So we'll see what that looks like. But the Raiders, man, they just continue to do Raider-like things at every turn. I really
Derek
don't know
Carr
how you
continues
start
to
that
be
game off.
butt.
Yeah, there's no elevation to where like this team could be, man.
Started the game
So
13-3 going into the second half. Donuts in
yeah,
the third, and then just get outscored 14-3 in the fourth quarter.
yep, yep. So I'm not both of these. It's amazing to say that like due to the Rams with injuries and stuff to them being here, but they could be looking at one of the like worst turnarounds for a franchise here real quick with how much they really went and invested into that. So
Yeah.
I'm good on that Thursday night game news. You ain't had anything else to say on it?
Nope. Bills got their get back against the Jets. 20-12.
Yep.
I gotta say this, man. It's a very underwhelming performance for me by the Bills. Now, I know they're not healthy on the defensive side, but on the offensive side, Cepha said this 3-4 weeks ago. They peaked way too early, and now we're starting to see that, right?
If you, agree. If you
So
body blow with them long enough, they buckle. Like you just gotta withstand giving them the opportunity to try to have these big old blows that just make teams kind of lose it. But this isn't the. I think we fantasize about this team being a dominant number one, and they're not.
mhm.
They've have scraped this year. Granted, I said they are injured, but this is a team who I'd be like, I wouldn't be scared to go play in Buffalo either right now.
Yeah, nah.
So,
They're very much so what I think. Almost what the Bengals were last year, the flash in the
yeah,
pan. Like y'all had one really really good run last year, took it into the playoffs, could have been in the Super Bowl, well could have been in the conference championships at the very least if you would have beat KC in the overtime. But I don't know, man. I look at Josh Allen now. Like I know it's not a very similar play style, but I'm almost looking
yeah,
at Josh Allen as his ceiling being Phillip Rivers type. That's as far as you're
yeah,
gonna get.
yeah. Well, people really are holding on to that last view of the historical playoff performance that they had, that last battle. You know what I'm saying? And people like have held that, and they're just not letting it go. Even though we penalize every other quarterback for every performance they had before that too.
Mhm.
And so they're still a good team. I do think they're tapering off here a little bit. And to be honest, we always talk about post Thanksgiving football. I think we look at teams trending up. I think they just stabilized. I think they're
Yeah.
here. And there's a level that like a couple of these other teams, like we'll talk about next, is kind of over them at this point.
Yeah,
So
they're not getting worse. I think it's going to take some special games from Josh Allen that we saw early in the season for them to make some noise and to gain some momentum going into the next few weeks. But anything else on the Jets and the Bills?
the Jets, man, I got a feeling Joe Flacco might be going to third string. I think they're gonna put Zach in backup and have him start to dress just in case.
Mhm.
I do think Mike White will finish out the year, but I do think that if he has to go through another stint where he gets hurt and comes out, I think Zach's gonna step in,
Yeah,
and then we'll see what this team looks like from there. Him being out for 2 weeks, you already know how I felt about him. I felt he was buns, overrated, never worth the number 2 pick. So we'll see if him being out for these couple weeks, what it will do to him, maturity wise, processing wise through the game. But Mike is
Mike
yeah,
got
he got
wrecked.
toe up.
Yeah,
He
he
got toe up
did.
in the Bills game, man.
This man took
Hey,
some big hits.
but he kept fighting and coming back, and the
Yeah,
locker room is loving that. So these guys, like, they put up a stats, the projections of if any quarterback not named Zach Wilson was starting all year, Garrett Wilson would have 1,100, 1,000, 1,100, 100 catches and 11 TDs. And it was like, if that's just off the projection of every quarterback, like if just the games with Flacco and Mike White, doesn't matter either one. All of his worst games came with Zach. So I think their best bet is to just hope that Mike White can continue to hold the ship going forward. And then I know you invested a number 2 pick on him. You got to possibly give Zach the opportunity next year to have another shot.
Yeah, you almost have to.
Yeah, you almost have to, because you really invested that capital and you really made it clear that you are sitting him for this reason. So I think you have to give the fans the ability to get that last stretch of like, okay, he's just not it.
Yeah, because if he turns out to be Johnny Manziel next year, cool, he's Johnny Manziel. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Cut ties, move forward.
Yeah, and I think the Jets have done such a great job filling out the rest of the roster in this time that the fan base will be forgiven. Like, hey, y'all pulled a jumper. We missed, but we still got a really great team. We could full send it for somebody if we got to.
Yeah, really
because
good
we
defense.
Do
really good defense.
They really can. So let's definitely see how they finish out the year. I know they finish out the year with Miami, so that might be a very close 7th seed game.
Cool. That's the Jets and the Bills, man. We got the Browns and the Bengals. The return, second game in the return of Deshaun Watson. It's a very underwhelming game in my opinion. But this is a dude that ain't played football in a year and a half.
Facts.
But very, very, very underwhelming. You've been sitting for 11 weeks. You have the chance to sit for 11 weeks. Get your mind right, get your physicals right. There ain't nothing that can duplicate game speed, but he just looks so broken out there, bro. Like,
yeah, he does. And this is what happens when we said, when he left the game 2 years ago, he left a top 5, top 7 quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, the game has changed so
WD-40.
much at the quarterback position in that 2 years that he was like, you're not walking back to that spot that you left at.
Yeah, nah.
Like, the game is elevated. The game is different. Like, you were special in that moment, but this is how much the quarterback game has changed just over the 2 years that you've been out. So and I'm not gonna lie, watching him, even looking, I'm like, damn, maybe even Watson at his best might actually be lower towards 10 compared to the
maybe
people
even
we see
outside
coming
of
out.
the 10.
Maybe even outside of the 10. Because I'm just looking at these other guys and I'm like, yo, you got to catch up to this, and they ain't doing nothing but keep moving up. Mm-hmm. So
because we've seen Watson's best already, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, we're not going to see that Watson at least this year. We might see it next year. We don't know. But if we're comparing Watson's best that he's ever been to what's coming up right now in the ceilings of the quarterbacks right now, like Trevor Lawrence, for instance, had a hell of a week last week. Trevor Lawrence had a great week.
Yep.
And if he can continue to develop, we know Trevor Lawrence's ceiling is crazy. But man, I don't think he practiced.
Even when I look at his best of what he could potentially be, you're not gonna catch Burrow.
No.
Like, you're not gonna catch Joe. And I'm like, if Lamar had a better setup, I don't think you would catch Lamar either. So I'm kind of almost like, dang, man, that defense is super underwhelming this year.
Buns.
Like, so now it's starting to trend the wrong way. Now it's starting to trend to where, no, we need you to be this top 4, top 5 guy to carry this team. Because everybody else isn't playing at their best right now.
Yeah, we're starting to see Nick Chubb start to break down.
Facts, man. Like, you knew you was coming back this long. Like, I felt like you would have been putting your body in overdrive just to know that, like, yo, I'm about to play hard for the next 5-6 weeks. You know what I'm saying? I don't like, maybe bro was taking it a little too easy. Like, bro, you ain't got to rehab nothing. If you break something in these 5 weeks, oh, well, we got the off season.
Yeah. So that's them. Cincinnati just continues to be Cincinnati. I don't think there's anything different that we could talk about that we haven't talked about from 3 weeks ago. They're pretty much still the same.
Facts. Yeah, they're facts. They're literally back on par, and I would even say even better at this point this year than they were last year.
Mm-hmm.
They're walking back into I told y'all know I was very critical of their playoff run. But when I look back at this team, I'm like, yo, they look like they learned from everything and they grew from everything, and everybody's playing better.
Yeah.
So this is definitely a dangerous team.
Definitely those guys that's getting better throughout the season. They're 9-4 right now. I think they're currently in the lead right now in their division.
Ravens still have it because they have the tiebreaker.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Ravens still have the tiebreaker, so they still technically are leading their division.
Cool. That takes us over to the Texans versus the Cowboys, man. 27-23. Texans had control of the game pretty early. all the way up into the fourth
And then
quarter.
they reminded themselves, we got to get Bryce.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, that's what happened. They got there and they said, nah, y'all, we know we could have won this game, but we got to get Bryce. So
Oh yeah.
let them have it.
Oh yeah.
Let them have it.
But one thing that stood out to me in this game is I do not believe in Dallas after watching this game.
I don't. I told you they overcompensate.
Yeah.
Like even when they played Indy, it was just a big. What happened with Indy was the same thing that happened with Chicago. Now they dominated the Minnesota game, but the Dallas is good to do that once a year. You know what I'm saying? So you go from dominating that to then making the score look worse. But the Chicago and Indy game were the same. If it wasn't for this barrage of turnovers and stuff that happened, y'all were actually in a dogfight. And then you go out and you damn near lose to the Texans, and to overcompensate again, you sign T.Y. Hilton.
Right.
That's not the problem.
You go get another receiver instead of going and continuing to build on your defense.
It's not the problem. The problem, and we said it the entire time. The problem with Dallas is not your construction or your roster or all of that. It's in the moments when your head coach and your quarterback has to be the best, they fold every single time, bro. And that's just where you got to do. When you get to the playoffs, y'all will be the 5th or 6th seed because y'all not winning that division. You're going to have to go on the road and get a victory. Yep. And it's just going to be in y'all to fold, man. I don't believe in Dallas at all.
The T.Y. Hilton signing for me just told me that we probably believe that CD is not our number one either. He's fully dependent on Zeke having a good game, on Tony Pollard having a good game. Because then anytime you see Zeke and Tony Pollard having great games in the first and second quarter, second half comes around and then CD starts to go off. You see CD here, six targets, 5 receptions, 33 yards. Like, what?
And I told Deuce he could get over 70 yards.
Yeah, it's I don't know. That defense is they're gonna go as far as that defense carries them.
No, I don't even think that to be true. I really don't. That team is gonna go as far as when Dak and Mike McCarthy and Kellen Moore will elevate at the same time. Like that's the problem. When you're OC, your head coach, and your quarterback, when it comes time to have to win a game, to have to situationally be aware and to situationally execute, they always fail. They always fail. That's what they do. All three of them do not fail. So they overcompensate, beating up on the other teams when they can. If they could blow you out, they will blow you out to try to make themselves look better. But we all knew last year when they played the 49ers in the playoffs, we were like, y'all are going to lose because your coach isn't better, all this stuff, the situation, and that's what happens.
That's why they blew us out the way they did towards the end of the year. They had to set a tone. And I mean, they knew we played the Colts a couple weeks before. They knew that we barely got out of that game. So they said, cool, let's go and score a bunch of points so that when we play the Eagles in a couple weeks, maybe they're thinking about that.
Yeah.
No.
I do think that they came into this game lax because I've never seen players from a team be so engaged with what the media has to say. But again, that's part of being a Cowboy and that's part of being a Jerry Jones player and biggest voice with Skip Bayless. So you're always at the media forefront. But a lot of these guys, like you said, they have being a Cowboys player is being on America's team. And some of them just be too focused on like what they got to say to other people all the time. It's like, nah, y'all got to go out there and ball, bro. And it's not about balling and having these games. It's when we know y'all got to play somebody who is a playoff contending team.
Yeah.
I think Dallas said the defense is good. Dak and them can be good. Tony Pollard and Zeke been playing good. CD has been who we came out of last year expecting CD to be. But they just have to situationally, and Dak in the moment has to come up and make the play.
Cool. Anything else with the Texans and the Cowboys?
I'm on the Texas case from here until the moment when it come to the draft. It's just me looking at them and just asking, are y'all really gonna pass on Bryce?
What quarterback are they taking, basically?
Yeah. Not with quarterback, because I'm 99% sure you take Bryce. And the other 1% is you take Will Anderson, because they got a history of taking DNs high. So it wouldn't shock me if they wanted to take a DN high. But it's just like, are you really gonna look at Bryce and say, nah, we don't want him?
Yeah. Bryce is that dude, man. I think Bryce is that dude.
You literally
He's a
right now,
safe pick. He's a safe pick at
yeah,
quarterback.
yeah, you got a softball pitch to just take a player. It's like when you get these prospects like this, sometimes I think it's just best to take them so that organizationally and fan base wise, everybody can be like, hey, at least we took them. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least
Right.
we took them and we saw and then they failed. Like, I'd rather take that route. So I just think that's their best bet. That's all with them from now until, until draft time. Just, are you really going to pass on Bryce? So
Cool.
that's all.
Vikings, Lions. Lions were favored in this game. I think by a field goal coming into this game.
Yeah,
They
Vikings was
barely
underdog.
lost. They barely lost last time, the first time they played Minnesota. And they've been playing some damn good football lately.
5 out of 6. Yep, they won 5 out of 6. They've been playing, man. They've been balling. Dan Campbell's got
Jared
them
Goff went
playing.
off. Jared Goff went off. Kirk
Yeah.
Cousins also went off. His defense didn't do him any favors, though.
That defense is so horrible. That's why I can't trust them going into the playoffs. That defense is so horrible. And I think Dalvin Cook is starting to slow up, and I think that's what's messing them up.
Yeah, 15
Is they're
carries
not
for 23
Yeah,
yards.
they're not consistently getting production out of the backfield right now. So I think between that and that, it's just a bad recipe to go. I would love for the Vikings to win the division if I'm a 6 seed, so I can go over there and play them. That would be like, yeah, that would be like the problem. Like, I want to go up and play them. So they have, like, I don't think nobody fears them. It's just another one of I don't know what I know what they could do. They just got to be better defensively. But this is what happens when you don't have Mike Zimmer no more.
Yeah.
But everybody wanted to go on the opposite side of the coin and get an offensive dude. So
I don't know, man. I think teams are perfectly content letting Justin Jefferson get his and saying, Leo, Justin Jefferson goes and gets 10 catches, right? I guarantee you, every other pass that Kirk Cousins throws is going to be an opportunity for us to turn the ball over. So I don't think anybody trusts Kirk Cousins. I know I don't trust Kirk Cousins. He proved me wrong 1 week this year in the bright lights on the Monday Night Football. Came out, played great football. Other than that, I don't know, man. I can't trust him.
Yeah. I think this is one of them other things, man. Like I said, Kevin McConnell and Justin Jefferson, it's the sexy receiver, let Jettas eat, but then everything beyond that is just you're missing your old coach in this area. So yeah, that's it. Lions have a window to get a 7th seed. Lions do have a window to get a 7th seed. They play the Jets this week, then they play Carolina the week after. But I think like 3 of their next 4 games is on the road, and they've only won 2 road games. So we'll see how they look against the Jets this week, changing environments.
A great Jets defense, and this is a pass-heavy team.
Yeah.
This defense has been looking real good, though. This defense has been looking real good.
Been better.
Been liking what I'm seeing from the Lions defense. That front 7 is real nice. They can get something in that secondary to complement that front 7. I think they'll be all right next year.
Yep.
Lions' hard work starting to pay off. Absolutely. They're definitely believing in their coach, which I think that's where it all starts, man. Is their coach, right? Everybody bought into what he had last year. And it's not just a Cinderella story, man. They proven to be something nice.
Yep. Let's see if they can sneak in. I know a lot of people are starting to get excited about them, so let's see if they sneak in.
Cool. Next game is the Jags and the Titans. Pleasant surprise for the Jags to come out on the road against the Titans. Come out with a dub, man. It wasn't looking good to start. Tennessee jumped out 14-7 in the first quarter. And then Jacksonville just went on a scoring spree, bro. 26 unanswered points in second and third quarter.
Dougie P, man. He's starting to get a hold of these locker room and these guys, and they're starting to just turn some of these corners and some of these environments that, like, before being down like that, they wouldn't have came back. And now everybody's starting to be bought in, fighting through, man. So this is where the coaching does start to work out, and you're starting to see Trevor's performance be better during the time. And this thing, so like, man, like, we said the coach will win this division. We said whoever won this division was only going to win at 10 games. Tennessee is getting real suspect out here.
Mike's going out a
Really
little bit
real.
loose.
I said, yeah, my bad. I said Tennessee's getting real suspect out here. We said the Colts will win this division, or whoever won this division will win that 10 games. But if Jacksonville wins out, they win the division. And so it's a possibility.
Yeah, we'll see, man. I think the Jags are starting to hit their stride for sure.
I really do.
I do still think though they need to get Travis Etienne going. They do need to get that running game together because 17 carries for 32 yards ain't gonna do it every week. We just know that the Titans ain't a team that can come out and play from behind. They just can't. Right? Derrick Henry, 17 carries, 121 yards. I think teams are very, very content saying, cool, we're going to throw 7, 8 in the box. We're going to sit there. If you run 100 yards on us, that's okay because we know that Tannehill ain't going to beat us.
Big game from Evan Ingram.
11 catches, 162. And Dougie P's a real big tight end guy. Zach Ertz was over there when, during our Super Bowl run. Zach Ertz pretty much ate over there in that offense. So we'll see if Evan Ingram can continue to improve.
Yeah, be excited to see how the season finishes out. Because man,
we want to move on from this game.
Yeah.
All right, Eagles and the Giants. Man, this game just was everything that I hoped it would be. Everything that I hoped it would be. 48-22. Philly was just hitting on all cylinders. Last week we had a terrible game on the offensive side of the ball with penalties. This week, great start. Played a clean game for the most part. It was crazy is I still think we haven't played our best game. And I think Philly will continue to say that. They've been saying that too. Is I still don't think we played a complete game on both offense and defense. I think this was a pretty bad game in the secondary for us. Daniel Jones, 18 for 27, 169 and a touchdown. But I think there was a lot of small opportunities we could have converted on third down, brought up a fourth, and then gave our offense the ball back. But
I agree with you. I don't think the Eagles have played like this perfect game yet, but I've seen them win every different type of way this year. Like watching the last week game, I was like, damn, they got 12 penalties in the first half and they're still up 7. I'm like, how are you doing this? Like, how are you getting away with this? I've seen them, I think only the Washington game was the only one that they lost time of possession and the turnover battle. And no team's gonna recover from that when you lose time of possession and turnover battle. But the Eagles have won so many different ways. It shows people like you have to be clean. You have to be mistake free. If you can make a play, you have to make one, and that's a difficult team to beat. Giants, man, their wheels are spinning here. I think they're starting to trend down. I just think injuries, everything is going to start to catch up to them. I think the lack of talent of their roster is, once you get more film out, we see what you could do. I think all that's starting to catch up with them. But definitely a great year for what myself and a lot of people had projected for them. And it's definitely something that they could go into next year with a lot of the bases that they have, tackles, Kayvon, Barkley, whatever they decide to do with re-signing him. But I don't think I definitely think Daniel Jones is still extremely replaceable.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I would do that, and I would try to find some more offensive weapons possibly.
I think this game was very similar to the way we played the Titans game. It's like if you're gonna beat us up with the run, cool, but we're gonna put 7 to 8 in the box, and we're gonna hope that Daniel Jones can beat us. And we played it the same way we did last week. But great game overall. Take it into the next game we got from Sunday. The Ravens and the Steelers. Man, the Ravens come on the road against Pittsburgh and get a dub with Tyler Huntley and Anthony Brown at quarterback.
And Mitch Trubisky came in.
Yeah, Kenny Pickett ended up. I think he got a concussion. He ended up getting hurt very, very early in the game. Mitch Trubumsky, as Pilot likes to call him. Came in and throws
I'm
3
hoping that he
picks.
starts next week. Yeah, I'm hoping that he starts next week. That'll be love. Najee Harris, man, big disappointment to me this year.
Man,
Absolutely big disappointment to this year. J.K. Dobbins, go sit down, bro. Go sit down, bro.
bruh.
Like, make sure take every ounce of time you need to make sure that you're okay, bro.
Let Gus
Like,
Edwards run that ball, bro.
yeah, like, and I know that warrior in you. Like, you have to be out there. Go sit down, bro. Go sit down. Uh, for yourself, because if you go out with another big one, you not go like the Ravens might not re-sign you, but somebody's still going to take you
Mm-hmm.
on a second contract, bro. So, like, this at this moment, I think you have to think about yourself. I told you with the Ravens, I am out on them 100% of this year. I told you the reason why I'm out on them. They came out of the bye week and damn near lost to Carolina with Baker Mayfield. They lost the next week to Jacksonville. They're slowly they
Mike's
are
going out.
actually.
Mike's going out.
I said they are. I said they came out of the bye week, damn near lost to Carolina with Baker.
Mm-hmm.
They came out the next week, lost to Jacksonville. They are struggling to barely keep wins, and they are trending down.
Yep.
This is not the way you want to be trending when it comes to the playoffs. So I don't anticipate. They better hope that they don't slip up, because then Cincy's going to take the lead of the division.
Mm-hmm.
They just got to drop one. Cincy's got to win, and that's it. And the way Cincy is moving, they don't look like they're going to drop another throughout the year.
Yeah. And Tyler Huntley might be out next week.
And Tyler Huntley might be out next week.
So it might either force Lamar in earlier than he wants to come back, or they'll be having Anthony Brown play quarterback.
Yeah. So I don't like the way that they're trending as a team. I don't. Compared to the people who I know they're going to see, I do not like it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to the only hope is that they can hold on long enough. I think 2 more wins out of the 4 should still at least guarantee them a playoff spot.
Mm.
But if they lose 2, Cincy will win this division.
Yeah.
So
I think the Ravens will be in the playoffs. I think they'll win 1 game in the playoffs because they have to, right?
Yeah.
They have to win a game this season. The only thing that's going to save them from winning a game in the playoffs is injuries, which they're starting to look real healthy minus Lamar. But I don't know, man. I think this receiving core really has to help out Lamar and help out these quarterbacks. They've done so much this year to underwhelm what's happening and to make a lot of the games that they've been playing in reachable for teams to come back and win or just win outright.
Yeah. I agree with you. I think they got enough of a lead right now that they're still, no matter what they do, they'll still be in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they'll still be a playoff team. But I don't like the thought of them dropping 2 games and not keeping a home playoff game.
Yeah.
And then giving Cincy the division. Like you said, I agree with you. I think they could win a playoff game only if they're playing at home.
Yeah, you got to win out. You got to own that.
You got to keep the division and you got to play at home. And I do think, like you said, I'm with you. I think Tyler Huntley and Harbaugh can win a home playoff game. But it's when you go on the road is when you're going to have to be like, hey, Lamar, this check's still blank, bro. This check's still blank. You need to show up now. Because we know who they're potentially going to be facing in the second round.
Like, we know you've been balling throughout the season, and we can see that a lot of receivers is the reason that it's not reflecting in the numbers like we wanted to. But you still got to win us a playoff game if we're in the playoffs. Oh.
And to speak on, and to give a quick review, because, we wasn't on when we did it. The Ravens have a very nice, clean stadium. Just want to say that now. They have a very nice, clean stadium. It's in the middle of downtown, so like tailgating experience is kind of low key whack. like it really is. It's not like a collegiate type of tailgate type of thing. It's a very clean stadium, but they aren't as rowdy of fans as I thought they would have been.
Mm-hmm.
Like where we were sitting at, the fact that we were able to sit down in our seats until 3rd down, and then everybody stood up. I was like, nah, you can't do that over there in KC, because when you stand over there, this is standing room. Like, you got to stand up. Like, everybody stands up the whole game. But they was down there chilling and all that stuff. So I was kind of like, it's what kind of classy organization feel like. You know what I'm saying? They're clean. They keep their stuff together. Restrooms. It was funny, restrooms was cleaner than other stadiums. Actually the cleanest stadium restroom I've been at. But then one kid, it was like got flooded, and one kid was like, "I'm stepping in piss," and me and Deuce was rolling. So yeah, M&T Stadium, cleanest stadium I've been at right now. Thanks for doing that. Food was whack though. In the
Food
stadium,
was whack.
the in the stadium food was whack. The stuff we had outside, that was good. Like the fried shrimp, like that was good. But yeah, clean stadium. Next year we're gonna try to go to some more though.
What's up, J10? What's up, Seppa?
What up, J10 and Safa? So yeah.
All right, man. We're gonna go to the Chiefs and the Broncos. Game was a whole
Chiefs and
lot
the
closer
Broncos.
than I expected it to be. Russell Wilson was low key playing his little heart out until he got hurt. And then
I watched none of this game because
yeah.
mine was on, so everything I caught was on the double back. I was not shocked how fast KC got up,
Oh yeah.
but I was also not shocked that they let them back in the picture.
Divisional
You know
game.
what I'm saying?
Divisional game. Yeah.
Divisional game. I was a little upset at how fast the Broncos let them get up, because you're kind of like, yo, you're still supposed to be this top end defense.
Yeah.
So you're still supposed to be. And then they said, Deuce said it in the chat, 3 picks. How many? Pacheco's supposed to have 23, 24 carries this game.
Bro, I had him going over 90 yards this game.
Facts, me too, because I assume like you, they would get up early like this, and then Andy will be like, here, just Pacheco, go. He said, played his little heart out. Jay said, played his little heart out. Russ been having a hard time in Colorado.
Man, I think there's a good thing and there's a bad thing with Russ playing so bad this year. Next year can only go up, right?
It can.
So that's the good part. The bad part is next year it can only go up.
It only can go up.
Like that's good and bad for them. Chiefs were reckless after being up 27-0. Yeah, absolutely.
But I think
they're taking advantage of what you continue to talk about all last year and at the beginning of this year. They're taking advantage of those opportunities where Pat's just flinging the rock. Like there was a lot of dropped interceptions last year that you called out and that we came into this year looking for, and we're starting to see that now. Starting to see Pat Mahomes be a little bit careless with those throws.
This is where, but we said it too. Because Andy knows that he has a dude that can fulfill his wildest dreams, he's just like, oh, slow down, baby. Slow down, baby.
Slow down,
you know
baby.
what I'm saying? Yeah, slow down, baby. That's like because Andy knows Pat, he could draw up anything in the world and Pat can make every throw to wherever he wants him to send it. So like Andy has to start to protect himself, and Andy has like his own self and be like, nah, Pacheco, I don't care if we go 3 and out. You gonna run this ball 3 times in a row, and then we gonna move on about our day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so like that's how, like, we know Andy. Andy, he just, instead of having a handoff, Andy would do faux screens for, a 2-yard pass. Like, Andy, you ain't gotta be sexy all the time, bro. But I say, it's in Pat's nature. But Pat said it too in his interview. He doesn't care about completion percentage. He was like, you gotta live between that line of, where you could look like you're a genius or you're being reckless.
I love that
And
mindset
nobody
though.
does. No, I like it too.
So that's why,
I like it too.
That's why these fools over here throwing underhand passes to damn Jerk McKinnon for him to take it 50, 60 yards.
I like Snoopy too. You know what I'm saying? I like Snoopy.
Yeah,
I like Snoopy too.
He said, did not see this drop off coming from him at all. I mean, Russell Wilson, just to think I wanted him in New Orleans. Honestly, think he would have been better off in New Orleans because that's a better quarterback organization to me. Yeah, they got a new coach this year.
Not without Sean.
That's true. But also being in that division, I think that'd have been better for him. Like you put him in a division with where we talked about it earlier in the year. He's a third or fourth worst he's the worst quarterback, either the worst or the second to worst quarterback in that division.
Yeah. This is where we said Pete protected Russ. And all the reports before Russ left Seattle was he wanted more control, he wanted more freedom. Nathaniel Hackett, he got to Nathaniel Hackett, and Nathaniel Hackett's first interview was like, are we going to do whatever Russ likes to do? I'll drop stuff around that. And it's like, nah, bro, I told y'all it was just no hate to him. But when Russ was at his best was when he had beast mode, like productive team wise. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And so it's like you got to be able to protect Russ. Every quarterback needs to be protected. And this is why you have great running backs behind you. Let them do their thing.
We trash, but I still love my squad. Been watching them every Sunday with tears in my eyes and heavy heart.
Every Sunday. J10's gonna watch Saints football every Sunday.
Hey, J10. How about them Pelicans? We're gonna get into that towards the end, but you know what I'm saying? To bring the spirits up.
So Steph is right. Chiefs remaining schedule is easy. It's hard to see them not being the 1 seed, but Buffalo still has to drop one. Yeah. And if KC happens to drop one along the line, remember, Cincy owns the tiebreaker over them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all of these teams in the AFC, nobody's taking that last week of the season off unless they're just going to be okay with their seeding. And I don't think Buffalo's going to do it because they want to keep the number 1 seed. Nobody's trying to come play in Arrowhead.
They're going to be in Houston, at home against the Seahawks, at home against the Broncos, and then in Las Vegas against the Raiders. So very, very, very winnable games. Raiders is probably their biggest problem. Texans right now is a trap game for them. But you know, Texans, I think at this point the Texans are just like, look, bro, we gonna be the best at being the worst.
Yeah. I wouldn't be shocked if we seen in this game Texans was up 35-0 and then they're gonna lose 36-35. You know what I'm saying? The Texans ain't giving up Bryce.
Houston
the Texans ain't giving up Bryce.
Yeah, man. I think if Houston can control the game with the run game with Dameon Pierce is a beast. But again, I think they're gonna be the best at being the worst. There's no way they're gonna come out on top on this game.
I think what we're gonna see this week from Pat, and we'll get there when we get to the prediction side. We'll get there. We'll see with that matchup there. Bucks 49ers.
Ooh, this was a beautiful game to watch. This was an amazing game. Let me tell you, dog. I love Tom Brady. I respect Tom Brady. But when I can watch Tom Brady get dominated, that mug is so beautiful. Especially by Mr. Irrelevant, the last pick of the NFL draft.
You know who cracks me up? You know who absolutely cracks me up? Todd Bowles makes me laugh, bro. Todd Bowles. Every time they pan that camera to Todd Bowles, he know he gonna get fired. Todd Bowles know he fired. Yeah, Todd Bowles know he fired than a mug. Todd just be, I better update my resume on Indeed because they not gonna let me leave. I swear to God, bro.
Hey,
I swear to God.
This offense with this quarterback, bro. Offense with this quarterback is proof that with an amazing head coach and amazing weapons around you, it don't matter who's playing quarterback.
It don't. But this is the greatness of Shanahan, both the Shanahan mind from his dad to him, is they've always made the quarterback's life very, very easy. So like it makes it extremely understandable why you look at a guy like Trey Lance who has all of these tools and physical capability and be like, if I could get that guy to fall in line with this, and I got it wrapped up. Like I got it wrapped up. So, man,
Tom already getting along with his new team. He gonna be playing at home next year.
I'm rolling. It got me rolling. Yeah, man. That the way bro could draw up the same run play 7 different ways is like you're breaking rules, bro. Like you're literally breaking rules. Yeah. You're not supposed to break these rules because it makes me, who make the right read, end up doing the wrong thing. And he breaks the rules, bro. There were so
many replays, especially this is why I like watching Peyton and Eli, because they were like, do you see this? This is a traditional play that's going to the left, and this man swings the slot receiver back to the right underneath for a little pitch play. So I'm like, it makes no sense. Now you got Debo on the right side of the field after everybody slanted left with a one-on-one against a corner. All you got to do is beat the corner.
So Sever doesn't like Jerry Rice's take on Debo about making the skill players go through the middle of the field. This is one thing that I love about Kyle. He don't give a damn. You a football player in pads. You gonna go where I send this play to go.
Oh yeah.
That's how it is, bro. Like it's not like even like CMC, anybody. If I call it up the middle, that's where you're gonna run. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I said, like DA, Oosh, you know my philosophy. Once you get paid, I don't care no more. You know what I'm saying? And you got paid. So fact said it's hard to take away the entire middle of the field as part of the run game. Now I like Debo wanted to get outside receiver money, but Debo, we know what the special things you could do with the ball in other areas. But my brother, you got your check. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got your check. Go where Kyle tell you to go.
Yeah. Luckily,
And as much
49ers
as
got
much as I
off.
love
Debo's
Jerry,
not hurt.
yeah,
So that's a
yeah.
good thing for them.
And as much as I love Jerry Rice, I mean, it was just Dion back in the day with him for the longest.
Yeah. When you wasn't playing the Falcons or the damn Cowboys, you was cooking
When
everybody
Dion
else.
was on there, yeah. Said a
Name
name like Debo, you better not be scared.
Hey, facts.
That's facts. That's facts.
Bucks just look so out of sync. They have no chemistry. They're absolutely
Everything.
missing Bruce Arians.
Missing Bruce Arians, all the injuries that they sustained in the beginning of the year starting to catch up with them. Godwin and all, they said they all just look so out of sync. They don't look like, but I told y'all when they won that Super Bowl, the only game that I felt like they dominated was the Super Bowl.
Mhm.
I felt like every other playoff game before that, it was just like they did good and they make plays. And then they got to the Super Bowl and then they just put this masterclass on both sides of the ball. And then we kind of just, as a media, we just held them to that game for the rest of the time.
The best game they played in that whole series.
The best game they played. And you're right. You say it too. You save your best game for when you got to play it. But then if we go look at the rest of them, you're like, damn, y'all damn near lost to Washington. Y'all damn near lost to this team. Y'all got cooked by the Rams, and the game would have been worse if they didn't have 5 turnovers. You know what I'm saying? And you're just kind of like, damn, they got by, but just that one game they put on a master class, and that was it.
Yep.
So, but hey, I told you too. I take mine back on Bruce Arians. You know, I kind of had my slight towards him. I felt like he was spoiled in some ways and stuff too. But this team truly is missing Bruce.
Oh yeah, I think
Bose
is out.
Back to head
Bose
coach,
is out,
man. He
and
got a nice little job up in the office. He be gone by 2:00 on the beach. That man ain't coming back to the field.
I finally know what it feels like to suck again after 16 years. Hey, if anything, Bose is out. Byron Leftwich is in because Byron Leftwich is more of a Todd Bowles guy.
Want Byron. I mean, they don't want Byron either.
That's
they
crazy.
want the house. They want the house gone. Tampa fans is pissed. I'm like, y'all got this ring and y'all forgot. Like, y'all did go 20 years without getting one.
Yeah, y'all been buns for a minute.
Yeah.
Last time y'all was in the Super Bowl, y'all got beat by the Raiders.
Yeah, like y'all
they won.
Chill,
they won against the Raiders.
No, they won by the Raiders because that was John Gruden.
Yeah,
that was John Gruden. But then again, after that, nothing.
Buns.
It's absolute horror. Yeah, buns. But then when you get there, you win, and then it's like you want this sustainable success. Like, no, y'all didn't build for that. And so, that's crazy.
One of the other afternoon games. I'm gonna leave this one to you, man. Panthers,
Seahawks. Boy, I was so glad. I did not expect this game to start like that. First drive, for the fact that they spammed the hell out of Chenault in play action. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
But they didn't spam the Chenault play. They used it in proper timing. But that man, Wilkes has one way we're gonna win football games. Time of possession and turnover battle and running the ball. And if we don't win in them 3 things, we are not going to win a game, which is cool because that's Sam better not be throwing that ball 27 times, 28 times. The fact that we was able to convert on 3rd downs and keep ourselves in favorable 3rd down positions was cool. You couldn't have drew up a better script on Deuce's end because Deuce was in Cephas' ear all week saying DK wasn't going to get 50 yards. Like he was in his ear all week. And the fact that first play was just JC was able to get a pick. You was like, oh man, this is drawn up like a dream scenario right now. Geno throws dots.
Man.
Under pressure, doesn't matter. Geno throws dots. Like he had the passing game concept, he has that stuff down. He started to kill with Marquise Goodwin. He threw a beautiful touch pass on this flat stuff over Luvu's head to lock it. He tiptoed that mug. Geno throws dots. If this team could get a sustainable running game and the defense to match, then you're really talking about a team that can make some noise here and contend. But that's it. But if you put them in that passing game situation, Geno throws dots. And it's crazy because bro got this long motion and you're like, he's surrounded in the pocket and it's still getting there. So like, bro be doing it, bro. He's
I'm a
cold.
betting man.
He's
I don't know,
cold.
man. I think the biggest thing with this game specifically is they was missing DJ Dallas, second string running back. They was missing Kenneth.
Kenneth Walker. Yep.
So missing those two, I think it was definitely one of those things where it's like injuries definitely played a part. But
Yeah.
correct me if I'm wrong, man. Something wrong ever since Marshawn left. The Seahawks just got bad running back luck, bro. Bad running back luck.
But they also remember before Marshawn, and I know we do love and glorify Marshawn, they did
Sean
have Sean
Alexander.
Alexander and all these other dudes before too. And I just kind of chalk part of that up to the game of like, you did cater to Russ a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like you did cater to Russ a little bit and all of that.
N9 is the best
Yeah,
we've had in a while.
Kenneth Walker's
Absolutely.
a beast. That's why I was happy he wasn't there. Yards after contact, where he thrives at. You know what I'm saying? He could have broke some other stuff. And the fact that we was able to get 2 INTs in the first half, like again, Seattle cut it down to like 14-7, I think, before halftime, and they came out with the ball after half. They came out with the ball. We was able to get a 3 and out, which I was happy for. I was hella shocked that we went for it on 4th down, and we threw 4 times in a row. I was like, yo, Wilkes, yeah, I was like, Wilkes, what the hell? But I was like, I get it, but like, damn, bro, you ain't got to do that. But yeah, man, definitely missing that. The injuries on that. Who Woolen and them, DJ Moore, no catches this game. So clearly they wasn't trying to test that man.
6 targets.
They was not trying. Yeah. Clearly they was not trying to test their corners. Nwosu's a good player. I like Nwosu. I like Brooks. I like the corners they got. I think another year of development, we might be able to see their, I believe it's Mafe, turn up. You know what I'm saying? So, I would be comfortable if I was the Seattle Seahawks going into next year with a 2-year extension with Geno while we continue to build up the roster. Absolutely. I think it's definitely serviceable and within reach to be done.
It's going to be a nice defense next year. I think if they could strengthen that front seven, specifically that D line within the interior, those 2 D tackles, if they could strengthen that,
that's why Jalen Carter's like the perfect pick.
All right. Yeah.
That's why Jalen Carter's like the perfect pick. Yeah.
Cool. That's going to take us into the next game. I think it was the last game of Sunday night. Dolphins-Chargers.
Cousin Tua versus the social media quarterback. Tua versus
this game to me. So watching this game, Stepha said this in the chat. Said Justin Herbert's a better talent. Absolutely. Justin Herbert to me is hands down the better talent. Tua is more of a perfect game plan, fundamental thrower. You're not gonna see anything next level from him. Glad Herbert shut that argument down. Specifically that social media thing. I'm glad Justin Herbert came through.
It was never an argument for us. That's why you got to listen to TTEspn, where we got some common sense.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It was never an argument for us.
Justin Herbert's that dude.
We was arguing that people needed to stop calling Tua trash and saying that he wasn't a starting quarterback. That was our argument, and we knew what Herbert was. And that was but like all that, like that's when I see people doing that and biting into that, I'd be like, yeah, I'm not gonna entertain none of y'all conversation.
So, he was a great leader. Absolutely. I think this, to me, I gotta give all the kudos to the Chargers defensive staff this game. They watch their film, they know, cool. Everything Tua likes to do is right here up in the middle, and then he works out. They took away that middle, they kept that safety sitting there with a second and third string defense basically across the board. And they just went to work, man. This defense looked great. They made Tua look real regular. Herbert
see my boy James
argue with your shadow. Hey, absolutely.
I do think Herbert is of the elite talents in the NFL.
Absolutely.
And you're right. But it's like people forget the biggest complaint with the Chargers is that Brandon Staley has big balls. That he's always gonna go. Yeah, that he's always gonna go for it, which has cost him so many games. That's it. Like, it's the fact that your coach always tells you to go for it, and most of the time y'all been losing because of it. And that's been the entire knock on the Chargers, which to me is like, if I have a coach that I know is consistently gonna go for it, I'm gonna buy into that because I know that's what expected of us to do. And even like I love the interaction when Keenan Allen caught that pass from Herbert and he turns around and he points at him. It's like the noise from this team really is coming from the outside. These dudes are bought into what he's got going on. You know what I'm saying? Like they're bought into what Brandon Staley's trying to do, and they're bought into the way that he wants to play. This dude Herbert really be throwing dots, bro, like on a line, man. So it's
Crazy.
talent wise, you watch this game and you're like, okay, you can see where there is a difference in talent level. One is a good quarterback, the other one is an elite level quarterback.
Yeah.
Our argument the entire offseason was people was treating Tua like he was one of the bottom 5 quarterbacks in the NFL. And we said no, he should be right outside the top 15-ish quarterback. That's what it is. So
We need to check the background Niners and the Chargers medical staff.
yeah, maybe always injured, bro.
Hey man, the Chargers to me remind me of what the Bills are right now, right? What the Bills were when they peaked, right? Always hurt on defense, talented quarterback. I do think Herbert's way better than Josh Allen talent wise though. But I don't know. I don't know. Something about him just reminds me of the Bills. And Cepha said this earlier in the chat. Sean Payton really want to coach Justin Herbert, and I don't think
Because he wants the easy way out because he's stupid. That's why. I hate that guy. I hate that guy, bro.
If Sean Payton finds a way, this is why I'm kind of hoping the Chargers miss the playoffs. Get the coach out of there. Get Staley out of there. I doubt they will, though. Get Staley out of there. Bring in Sean Payton. Whoo, that's going to look different.
He wants the easy way out, bro, and he doesn't deserve it.
He don't deserve it, but that would be great for me to watch.
He wants the easy way out.
That'd be great for me to watch the Chargers be as dominant as they can be.
Yeah, I hate Sean Payton with a passion.
All right, man, let's go to Monday night game. Patriots Cardinals. Kyler Murray gets hurt on the third play of the game, confirmed that he tore his ACL. Is that the, I hate to say this, but is that the saving grace for Cliff Kingsbury?
Yep.
That was the number one thing I was thinking. Is that the saving grace for Cliff Kingsbury now?
I think, but because we knew that the team invested money into Kyler, you couldn't let him go. But we also talked about Kyler's contract compared to what it will be ain't that high up on the quarterback list. You know what I'm saying? Like Hurts, Burrow, and Herbert can all leapfrog him this year and getting paid. You know what I'm saying? So he said Kyler's his money isn't as demanding as it's going to be 5 years down the line.
Right.
If you believe more in Cliff, you can move off of Kyler this year. He hasn't played a full healthy year yet. Like that's what he's always having to have games off.
Remember Murray's also MLB player. She should have went and got the bag over there. That's crazy to me. But I don't know. I liked what I saw from Colt McCoy running this offense. I like what I saw, the potential of them being, and you could tell they're just a quarterback away from doing something great. And a coach. We gonna call that what it is because I think we've been calling for Cliff Kingsbury over the last 2 years now. But I don't know. Something so underwhelming about.
I think the best of what this duo can be done together is it. And I think you as an organization have to commit to one of them. You have to commit to Cliff or you have to commit to Kyler. Yeah, you have to commit to one of them and you have to move on. I already told you, I think Kyler's got all the talent and I think Cliff likes to coach a certain way. But the more that I watched him, I'm also starting to look at Kyler like, bro, I don't think that you listen and I don't think that you do some of the things that you might need to do.
Yeah.
So it's almost like
fundamentals, the easy stuff. Like, bro, do the easy stuff.
Yeah. And so that's why I'm kind of like, bro, maybe you need to. Arizona has to commit to one of them because they got the best out of them that they're gonna get.
Gladly take Cliff in New Orleans. Hey, yeah, or New Orleans was trying to offer Alvin Kamara so we can give them their pick back.
Yeah.
No, thank you. Patriots doing a lot better than we said they would.
We said the 5 games.
Yeah, we taking the L on that. They 7-6 right now.
Yeah, definitely taking the L on that.
Mac Jones ain't that guy. Mac Jones ain't that guy. They gonna pick up another quarterback within the next year or two.
They're gonna pick up another quarterback. They're gonna pick up another quarterback. Mac be talking
It's
bad.
ugly.
Mac be talking bad back to the coaching staff, bro.
Man, he
Yeah, he
said,
be talking.
"Pass the ball. Your running game
Yeah,
sucks." Like,
he,
you really about to tell Belichick his
he was
running game
yelling at
sucks?
Matt. He was yelling back at Matt Patricia when he was trying to call plays. You're not my dad.
Yo, noodlehead.
Yeah, you're not my dad. I was like, damn.
That's
I was
tough.
like, calm down, Mac Jones. Calm down, bro. It's like, yeah, I was like, damn, Mac. Hey, Mac be talking bad. Maybe Mac wants out.
Maybe he does.
Maybe Mac wants out. I would want out too if my numbers and my performance look so much different since Josh McDaniels left. But like one of the things we said about Mac was he's perfect in structure. You give him the game plan, he could do it. Like we know he's like your basic quarterback. He could do what you ask him to do. I think Mac is calling a bull crap right now. I think Mac is like, yo, Bill, nah, hey, hell no. That's it. Like, nah, Bill.
You better go get me a damn offensive coordinator. If not, send me to Tennessee.
Yeah, got to figure something out. Man, Mac. Nah, I actually would like Mac better in Tennessee with Vrabel, but
yeah, Mac in Tennessee.
Vrabel end up knocking. Yeah, Mac Vrabel end up slapping him. You're not my dad. Shut up, Mac. I'm sorry. Hey, J10, give him Mac in New Orleans.
We're getting Lamar.
But to be honest, J10, I tell y'all so damn broke, bro. Y'all not getting nobody. Y'all broke as hell. I ain't no money, bro. Not a fire sale, bro. Y'all already in the red again.
Y'all can't even afford. Y'all can't even afford Lamar's brother. Y'all can't afford nobody right now. Y'all over here asking for your pick back.
You could get Mac. You want Mac, J10? You could get Mac. You can't afford Lamar, bro. You could push off. You could push off. Hey, send Kamara to New Orleans.
You have to give another pickup.
Y'all are desperate, J10, but you're desperate and broke. You're desperate and broke, and you're outside giving hand jobs for $5 to buy some cigarettes.
Ain't nothing worse than being desperate and broke. All right, man. That's it for week 14. We're gonna take it into week 15. Make some quick picks, and then
let me get 2 quick picks and down there. That's you.
Make some quick picks, and then we're gonna take a real quick peek at the playoffs, and then we're gonna finish it out with the NBA, man. Thursday night game, 49ers Seahawks. Hawks at home, divisional game.
I think people think this is going to be a blowout, and it's not. Oh, is that the perception, or am I just saying something?
I got the Seahawks by field goal. I'm taking the Seahawks.
I kind of want to take the Seahawks too. Pete be doing his thing against Kyle. I kind of want to.
Our run defense scares me so much. So I'm not scared for y'all run defense this game because Shanahan is going to outthink himself. There's no way he's going to hand the ball off to Christian McCaffrey more than 15 times. No way he's going to let Jeff Wilson run the ball, taking Christian McCaffrey off the field more than 15 times. So for me, I think he's going to put too much trust in Brock Purdy. Purdy going to turn the ball over.
I really do think that the Seahawks can win this one, but 49ers defense is just so nice, bro.
They're so good.
They're so nice. So I think I got to get 49ers by a field goal, but it'll be real tight.
I think they're favored by 3.5 right now, but got Vita going the Niners. Looks like the chat is going. J10 going with the Niners. I'm assuming Seth is gonna go with his Seahawks. I'm gonna go with the Hawks too on this one. Early game Sunday, Colts and Vikings. It's a Saturday. Saturday games are back. Colts, Vikings.
I'm gonna take the Vikings. Vikings at home.
Vikings at home favored by 4. Over and under is 48.5.
I'm gonna take Vikings at home.
Kittle gonna have a huge game? Nah, I don't believe in that.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Vikings at home, and I do think this is a game that Jonathan Taylor could kind of get off.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with the Vikings too. I think it's gonna be won't be a blowout, but it'll be over by the third quarter.
Yeah.
Seth is going with the Vikings. Next afternoon game for Saturday slate, Ravens-Browns. Ravens are on the road against the Browns. I'm gonna go with the Ravens, man. Cleveland's favored by 2.5, but I'm gonna go with the Ravens.
I'm actually gonna take Cleveland. Ravens seem to be struggling against Cleveland last couple of years over there. I think it's just gonna kind of catch up to them, and it's gonna be very tough for me to think that Stefanski won't have a little more in the bag prepared for him this week. So I told you I feel like the Ravens are trending down right now. So I'm gonna take the Browns this one.
Cool. Leaders going with the Browns. I'm going with the Ravens. I think it'll be by a field goal. I think Lamar ends up figuring it out to play this week. He was only out week to week, supposedly 2 weeks. I'm gonna go with the Ravens. Ravens, but I agree with you. Cool. Dolphins, Bills. Bills gonna try to get back against the Dolphins after an early season L that they took against the Dolphins.
I got the Bills.
Bills are favored by 7.5.
I got the Bills. I'm gonna take the Bills.
Divisional game. I'm gonna go with the Dolphins, man. I'm gonna go with the Dolphins. There's something about Josh Allen these last few weeks where his decision making I don't trust. He's my fantasy quarterback. I'm in the playoffs. I think I got a bye week this week, but I just don't trust his decision making right now, and he has to prove me otherwise this game.
I'm going with the Bills this week.
Cool. Sunday's early slate. We got the Eagles on the road against the Bears. Eagles are favored 9.5.
Taking the Eagles.
Steph is going with the Bills. I'm gonna go with the Eagles too.
Eagles. This is just a bad matchup for the Bears.
Cool. Falcons, Saints. Falcons are on the
Got
road.
the Saints. I got the Saints.
Cool.
Desmond Ridder will be starting. New Orleans still
over.
They ball out in that dome on defense. They do their thing. I think they're gonna be a little pissed off still about how they kind of handled it last week. So I've got the Saints.
Yep, I'm gonna go with the Saints too. I think the Falcons are starting what's his name?
Desmond Ridder.
Yeah. Desmond Ridder's the starter this week.
Yeah, I'm not gonna take Desmond Ridder playing his first game in that Superdome. Also found out that the Superdome sells like Alfredo pasta. And like, that's cool. That's cool.
Hey JT, I hope y'all lose for the sake of our pick. But I'm picking the Saints.
Saints Falcons. Got the Saints.
Lions Jets. Lions are gonna be going on the road against a real good Jets team on defense.
I'm going with the Jets.
No one's favored.
I'm going with the Jets. I'm going with the Jets. I just defensively, I'm going to trust them. The Lions have been rolling, but I think that's being at home type stuff too, man. I don't think they're going to take it there, so I'm going to go with the Jets. I got a touchdown win by the Jets.
I'm gonna go with the Lions. I think DeAndre Swift is gonna finally have his healthy game this year. Hopefully this is the one because I'm also in the playoffs and he's my running back. Right. Looks like everybody's going with the Jets. Steelers on the road against the Panthers, man. I'm gonna go with the Panthers. Panthers are about to.
You know I got us this week, man.
They are about to dookie on Mitch Trubisky.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's Mitch. That's playing. I'm hoping
3-3 either way. I agree to get JT.
Yeah. So I'm definitely taking us. Protect the bank. Deuce will be at this game. Deuce has Thomas Davis's seats. And so
you said
that's
what?
crazy.
Deuce has Thomas Davis's seats?
Yes. Thomas Davis is giving Deuce his personal season ticket seats to this game.
At this game?
To this game.
That's tough. Deuce?
I couldn't go. I couldn't go. Like Deuce was like, "Are you coming?" I said, "I can't afford it because we got Vegas." But Thomas Davis told you he had offered. Told you Deuce got hooked up with Tony Richardson. Tony Richardson hooked us up with TD. Signed that picture. TD told Deuce, "You ever want to put tickets to the game?" Deuce said, "Hey, if I can." He was like, "I don't want to use you like that, but I'll throw out that I do want to go to the Steelers game." So Deuce will be. So he's gonna be sharing the pictures in the chat. He'll be going out there Saturday night. Got his hotel and stuff locked in. They'll be out there. They'll be in the tailgate and all that stuff. So we'll get to see where exactly TD sits at. He told Deuce he doesn't go to the games because he'd be analyzing on Sundays up in New York. So he gave that to them. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, Deuce definitely got them tickets. So
yeah, Deuce can be he could be a damn sports manager or just like a business manager somewhere.
Yeah,
the way he be making
Deuce
connections is crazy.
Deuce will definitely be in the chat showing us where the seats are at. He's got a bet with the Steelers fan homie that he's gonna take out there with him. 2 jerseys on the line.
Ooh,
2
damn.
jerseys. Yeah, 2 jerseys. So Deuce was like, if he loses, they're walking right to the
Two
Carolina
jerseys on the
gift
line.
shop. Yeah,
Your
he said we're walking
mic
right
going
to
out.
the
Mic going out.
Oh, my bad. He said so. Yeah, they got 2 jerseys on the line. So Deuce was clearly like, we win. We walking right to that that NFL shop right there, and go ahead grab his. He's gonna get a Louvu and a Corral.
Louvu and a Corral. Okay.
Yeah.
Handle that, Deuce. Last two. Actually, second to last of the morning games. Cowboys on the road against the Jaguars. Dallas is favored by 4.5. I'm going to Jags, bro. I think Doug Peterson gives them the business.
I think Dougie P gonna work them. I really do. I think the
Jags by 10.
Yeah, I got the Jags, man.
Jags cover.
Yeah, taking that 4 all day. Facts, J10. I'm rocking with them.
I'm with that for sure. Chiefs on the road against the Texans. Man, this gonna be an ugly game.
Yeah, I got the Chiefs. I got the Chiefs, and I think we're gonna. I'm gonna just throw it out there. I think we're gonna see a very big rushing performance from KC this week.
I'm hoping so. Pacheco for 80 plus. So if you're taking player props, take Pacheco for over 80.
Yeah, I do like 60. We'll see what his number drops at.
Cardinals, Broncos. Cardinals on the road against the Broncos. 2 really bad teams. I don't know if Russell Wilson's going to be healthy enough to play this week. Cardinals also have a second-string quarterback in Colt McCoy. Denver's favored by 3.
I'm going to go with the Broncos this week. I think oddly enough, I think they're going to start to try to find ways to gain some momentum going into the offseason. So,
cool. Broncos. Going with the Broncos, too. I think Latavius Murray about to have a big game for his old ass. Patriots, Raiders. Patriots on the road against the Raiders. New England's favored by 1. That's a big running game. I'm gonna go with
Patriots. Bill's gonna have his way with Josh McDaniels.
Oh, you right. Josh McDaniels, first matchup as head coaches. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Bill. Yeah. Unless Mac decides to be Bill's different and be difficult.
Bill's got to son him. So
Pat's on the road. Cool. Titans, Chargers. Titans are gonna be on the road against the Chargers. I'm gonna go with the Chargers.
I got the Chargers also.
They should have a healthy defense this week. But with the way their defense played last week, they should just let them rest, bro. Let them rest.
Yep.
Next game, Bengals, Bucks. Bengals on the road against a broken Bucks team after they just got whooped by the Niners. Steph was going with the Chargers.
Got the Bengals this week.
J10 says Bengals. I'm going to go with the Bengals too. I think the Bengals handle that. Divisional rivalry game. Giants on the road against the Commanders. Last time they played, it was a tie game 2 weeks ago.
I got the Commanders. Riverboat Ron out of a bye week. He knows how important it is.
Riverboat Ron in a bye. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Commanders too. I'm gonna go with the Commanders. The difference is that defense. I always thought they stole Houday from the Saints.
They technically did, right?
Take the points. Over and under 40.5. Monday night game. Rams on the road against discount double check Aaron Rodgers.
Baker Mayfield will throw 600 interceptions this game. I got the Packers blowing them out.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Packers. Neither one of these teams have a good reason to win this game, but I think the Packers will end up winning.
You said that copy and paste team. Yeah, I think. The Rams had issues early with Devontae. I think Christian Watson's gonna continue his pace rolling. Man, I got the Packers big.
Christian Watson playing real good too.
Man.
All right.
Packers.
Let me pull up this playoff picture for us to take a look at real quick. If the playoffs started right now, this is what it would look like. Actually, let me take it to the other screen. All right, this is what the playoff picture would look like right now. Philly with a bye week, Buffalo with a bye week, and the matchups in the first round will be New England at KC, Miami at Baltimore, Cincinnati at Tennessee, New York at Minnesota, Washington at Frisco, Dallas at Tampa Bay. All four NFC East teams in the playoffs.
All four. Is there anybody in this picture who won't be here when we get to the end of the year?
New York.
I agree.
Giants won't be there, and I want to say Tampa, but I think they find a way to win at least 3 of their next few games to lock up that playoff spot. Tennessee, I don't think is there.
If Tampa loses this week and Carolina wins this week, it pretty much will all come down to who wins the Week 17 matchup, which is Tampa and Carolina in Tampa. But if the Saints still sneakily have a way in there too, because the Saints still
they gotta win out.
Yeah.
Tennessee, I don't think will be here.
It's very tough for me to want to put the stress on Jags to win 4 in a row. It's very tough for me to believe that. But I do think the Jets could still make it in, and Miami could potentially fall out.
Yeah. I can see that. Miami's in 6 seed right now. Cool. This is what our potential playoff could look like if the season ended today. Obviously, I don't think we'll see 4 NFC East teams ending up in the playoffs, especially with the Giants and the Commanders after they play this week. We do have to play the Commanders one more time, see if we can get our get back. And yeah.
This is crazy. This is a crazy playoff picture. So,
yeah, 4 teams from one division. Cool. That is the potential playoff picture. That's going to end the NFL talk and take us into some basketball. NBA season is in full effect, man. We're almost to the mid-season point. What you seeing so far, man? What's standing out to you with the NBA? We're going to kind of give it an overarching conversation piece.
Book gets punked by his peers.
Yes, he does.
Anytime Book has to play one of his peers that he's going to be playing for the rest of his career, they always beat him. He's making the light skins look bad out here. Jason Tatum is holding them down for him. But Book keeps getting punked by his peers. The Tatum's, Zion's, Ja Morant, Luka, every time he has to go head-to-head with one of them, he folds. It's starting to be, hey, bro, Book. Gotta get right for the light skins, bro. And get right for the light skins. Pelicans. I'm very glad Zion did that dunk. I'm very glad. F the unwritten rule. Yeah, F the unwritten rule.
Me too.
Way to show up for your team. Way to show up for your gang. Way to run up and be like, hey, we take this personal. Just like Ja tried to do it last year with the Warriors. Bro, everybody ain't got to be friends with y'all in that court. I also, when I look at this basketball season, I'm still extremely impressed with the Boston Celtics. Sticking with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown and continuing just to grow around them and to believe in them as an organization is paying off. Milwaukee.
They're still without Robert Williams too, which is crazy.
Yes, still without Robert Williams. They're definitely looking like a team that learned from their L last year. So they really are my favorite to make it back to the finals. That's the only team who I can say I think this team can actually make it back to the finals. And I'm ready to stamp them on that level. Nets. Thank God for letting go of Steve Nash. You know what I'm saying? They started to look a little comparable, but I still don't think it's going to be enough. I think that time is done.
Mike going out.
Yeah, I said Nets good on letting go of Nash. Y'all look better, but I still don't think it's enough. I think matchup-wise, you have to be lucky in whoever you match up with, but still whoever you get in the second round, I think it's going to be better than you if you can make it there. Uh, Donovan Mitchell, simmer down, my brother. Simmer down. I know you happy, and I know you a competitor, and I know you be hooping, but people be taking notes. People be taking notes, my guy. And when they come back around that playoff time, they're gonna be ready to get some of that get back, bro. So hey, just simmer down a little bit, man.
Man.
I love the parity in the West. I love how a bad week can take you from the 1 seed to the 10 seed, and how a good week can take you from the 10 seed to the 4 seed. We'll see just how much that levels out after All-Star break.
Yep.
So that's just kind of what I got right now.
Cool. I'm pretty much right there along the same breath as you, man. I don't think there's anything that I would argue with. I don't think there's anything that I would differ from. The Bulls to me are really, really underwhelming right now.
You
I
said
don't
the
know what
who?
it is. Yeah, the Bulls. The Bulls to me are very, very underwhelming right now. They're definitely missing Lonzo, which I don't think there's any world 2 years ago where we would be saying that the Bulls are missing Lonzo. They're missing a two-way guard. They're missing a two-way facilitator to be able to handle that offense, and it's showing.
We gave DeRozan last year our personal MVP
The
of being
TTE
the
MVP.
of being the most valuable player. But the bro was playing at a clip that we never seen him play at before.
Yep.
So like we knew that wasn't sustainable coming back into this year. He was just gonna go back to being the regular guy that he was. I'm almost of the mind that the Bulls might be the first team to start the rebuild ticket. DeMar, Levine, and Vooch, they can all hit the road.
Send them.
So that's how I'm with you. The Bulls are underwhelming this year. Injuries did mess them up last year, and a historical year from DeRozan put them in a good position. But even at full speed right now, I don't think it's enough to kind of put them into the second round.
Yeah. The Philadelphia 76ers are all smoke and mirrors to me. That to me is the modern day Suns. That's the way I'm looking at them right now. Very, very big, very, very big numbers, very, very offensive numbers. You're going to get a whole lot of scoring from Embiid. You're going to get a whole lot of scoring from Harden once he's healthy again. But to me, they're just the modern day Suns, man. They're going to score a lot of points. They're going to let a lot of points be scored.
I got to give Doc the same smoke, too. I don't know how bro keep getting these jobs. Keep getting these jobs. So, I have no trust in the 76ers to be anything. I don't know how Doc keep getting these jobs and keeping these jobs.
Yeah.
So
the Nuggets. The Nuggets to me are a healthy couple of weeks away from, I think, being a really, really good, consistent team.
They're playing the long game.
Yeah.
They're playing the long game. I haven't watched too much of them, but every time I tap in, everybody's always talking about, you can tell they're trying to get Jamal Murray and everybody comfortable. You could tell that they're in it for the long game. They're in it for we need everybody to be ready when it come playoff time.
Nuggets are interesting. Yeah. I love the fact that Jokic is making it a point of emphasis. He did this 2 games ago. First half, he only took 5 shots. He had like 12 assists though. And like 6 of them was to Jamal Murray on pin downs, on screens, on pick and rolls. They just real smart at what they doing. I like what they building over there.
Yeah.
Luka and the Mavs, I said this last year, man. People hated that I said it. I said it at the beginning of last year. I'm going to say it. I said it at the end of last year. I said it at the beginning of this year. The Magic, or not the Magic, the Mavs, they not built to go into the playoffs and make noise. It's got to be another special run by Luka in order for them to do anything.
I don't know what person you could bring in to pair with Luka that would actually be like a fit to thrive that team. Like that's the problem, is Luka needs another person, and I don't know who can even play with him.
I don't think there's a superstar that you could bring to play with Luka. To me, it's I look at Luka as a type of dude where you got to surround him with a Kyle Kuzma, who's going to give you a whole lot of energy. You've already got a Christian Wood, who to me is showing to be like, you're not really that dude they thought you was when they brought you over.
Yeah.
And you said this.
Yeah.
You said this yourself. You're on a really bad team where you can inflate your numbers and make it look a whole lot better than it should be.
Yeah.
Dinwiddie is basically everything that you just let go in. What's his name? Let him go to New York. Brunson. Dinwiddie's everything that you let go in Brunson. You didn't get better. You didn't get worse. So I don't know, man. That's a great question. Maybe it's a DeAndre Ayton kind of thing.
Dallas, Dallas has to make a move. Dallas has to make a move for somebody, and I think their best bet might be to kind of maybe have to taper it off until after this year to see who can become available. Because I don't think anybody's gonna be willing to want to move anything at this point. I'll be real with you. When I was talking with the OG at work, I think a solid guard to go beside Luka to really help him out would be Terry Rozier. Like I think Terry Rozier beside Luka would be a great compliment to what he does. Terry can handle. Terry's a great off-ball shooter. He'll play both sides of the court. What they try to do, essentially, you're just bringing back in Brunson, but Terry's is much better off-ball to me. Yeah. So I think that could help, and he can help to run the unit with him. So
I would like to see I would like to see them, depending on what happens with the Suns, I would like to see them go after Cam Johnson and or Mikal Bridges. Because that team is about to be on rebuild mode, man. Depending on what happens by All-Star break.
They gotta go somewhere.
So I'm kind of looking at the Mavs as they're in that weird. You remember that year after Shaq left and Kobe was just in that phase where he was just scoring, but it didn't always translate to wins. That's kind of how I'm looking at Luka and this Mavs team right now. Luka's scoring his ass off, but it's not always translated.
We can also say that about Dirk. Like Dirk's best years with the Mavs has the ceiling of what we look like with Luka now. It wasn't until the game tapered off and the surroundings got better that they was able to pull it out and win a championship. So, I think Dallas, with the way that the West looks this year, off the strength of Luka alone, they'll get out the first, but they'll probably be the easiest second round bounce.
Yeah, it'll be like a 4-2, 4-1. To wrap up NBA talk, who's your top 3 MVP candidates? We always do it. We're gonna do it now. It's probably a quarter of the way, MVP. A little more than
that. Tatum. I love Tatum this year. Oh man, Tatum's been my guy. I feel like it's just so easy to say Giannis, and I don't really want to.
It is really Giannis easy to say my guy.
Yeah, it's just always very easy to say Giannis. I'm not gonna lie, I just kind of been stuck with those two.
Okay.
For me, is Tatum and Giannis.
I can see that. I'm gonna go Tatum, Giannis, Zion. Tatum, Giannis, Zion.
I need Zion. I need like another 3 weeks out of him. I need 3 weeks after the All-Star break. I need 3 weeks after the All-Star break.
Getting a full 40, 50 games. Now you got to respond to after. I can see that.
Yeah, I need a full 40, 50 from him.
In that order, so yeah, that's my order, definitely. Tatum, Giannis, Zion. I fear for Giannis. For the fact that we might get bored with what he's doing, just like we did LeBron and just like we did Russ. We might gonna get bored with what he's doing.
Yeah, we are. People are getting bored with it. Giannis' game isn't the sexy game or nothing, so it's very easy to just be Manila with the things that he does on a normal.
Yeah, and I mean we, as in us as a population, not us in TTE. I'm going to continue to, that man can continue to be on my list. But yeah, man. Any final thoughts? Anything you want to wrap up with before we get this back going week to week?
Cade Cunningham went on quote unquote season-ending IR injury, whatever surgery. So Cade Cunningham will be out. Even when he was playing, the Pistons wasn't getting no dubs. And so that's kind of concerning. Very young team though, so it's not a pressing thing to kind of worry about. But this is the second year in a row Cade's dealing with injuries. People are saying they're just taking the early route to Wembanyama. But we all do know Victor's gonna go this year where the NBA decides for him to go. Thanks. Like that's what's gonna happen. When you got a prospect like that, the NBA is going to look at what market needs him, where that money need to go, and that's where they're gonna send Victor.
And Antonio.
I have and Antonio. Me and the OG said that mess too. We said the best place you send Victor to get the NBA right and to get your money is the Pop in San Antonio. So you send him to San Antonio. So we'll see what it looks like. I would be the type to be like, yo, that'd be trash to give, Pistons a number 1 pick again after they just had one. But they gave Cleveland a couple of them.
You guys believe he's the next big superstar? No.
It's not the fact that I think that he's the next big superstar. It's the fact that you literally can't pass on it.
Yeah.
Like you just can't pass on it. Like if you're the number 1 pick, you're not allowed to trade out of it. You're not allowed to pass on it. You're gonna start some mess, and people are gonna burn down towns. You know what I'm saying? Like you just have to take them. So having that number 1 pick could be the curse. My brother brought up. I don't think he's that dude. My brother brought up a great point. He said he thinks Wembanyama and Scoot is Greg Oden and KD. He said you couldn't pass on Greg Oden because he was a 7-foot+ dude who did all of this. But we all knew who KD was. And you just couldn't pass it. And he said, he said, bro, I'll tell you right now, I would 100% take Scoot because I'm looking at Scoot and I know Scoot's going to walk into the league a top 5 guard, like from my standards. So I just don't think you're allowed to pass on him. Right. I think as an organization, you could say, hey, fans, we took him. And then if he bums out, then the whole fan would basically be like, hey, cool, bro. We got him, though.
At least we got him,
Yeah, at least we got him. That's his job.
I don't think Wembanyama is, like Vita said, number 1. But I don't think he's everything that the hype is. The damn NBA paid for the rights to show his games on League Pass. Like, they dropped a couple $1 million to get the rights to pay for that. I don't think he's that. Scoot's that dude.
And I'm starting to get myself deeper into the draft, deeper into the class. It seems like there's a lot of guards top heavy at this draft. So a lot of teams will be able to kind of maneuver that who needs one. But yeah, man, you can't let Victor not go number 1. And the NBA is going to send them wherever they feel like they're going to get the most bread. Thanks. So
cool.
That's where they're going to send them.
Any final thoughts, man?
Argentina in the finals.
Messi.
I think, France and Morocco play tomorrow, right?
Yep.
Is that who play? So we'll see. We'll see who makes it. I think, is it?
No, I think Morocco just lost today. I think Morocco just lost today.
Where's Messi? Where's Messi and them dudes? Boy, them people would kill somebody about their soccer, boy. I tell you that. Let's see.
So tomorrow is it is France and Morocco. Croatia just lost today. France, Morocco.
Tomorrow, 1:00. So we'll get to see. I was watching Rush Hour 3 the other day, so it's just kind of funny them being over there and just think about the France winning. He said, I want to be an American. I want to kill somebody. So yeah. Feels good to be back. Glad we did our reviews, previews.
Portugal robbed us of Messi, Ronaldo. Portugal, y'all some fools. Y'all deserve that.
Yeah, they did.
No reason you bench Ronaldo in the first half. So dumb.
Brazil, for me, messed up. Because I know you want Neymar to go last, but once you realize that you have to make one, you got to give him up there to make sure you at least get that chance. Neymar can't not kick. He has to have a kick, and you saved him for last to be the killer, and you was like, nah, bro, hey, we got to change the plan, bro. Hey, you go last, because he got to make sure that we can at least get a chance.
Yeah.
Boy, Brazil, man.
They dumb.
My second foreign home, man. It killed me.
Brazil and Portugal.
Glad I ain't put that. Yeah.
Like Ryan.
He said they were pissed at Ryan. Facts. Hey,
those fans is different.
Especially, I feel like countries, and maybe it's me, I feel like countries of I don't feel like Portugal's ever going to forgive their people because Ronaldo might never play again for them again. And you know what I'm saying? He went out like that. Like, let your man go out on your sword, bro. You go out with the dude who got you there. That's it.
Messi about to be in the U.S. next year.
Yeah, Messi about to be over here.
We about to go watch a Messi game. We got to go catch Messi before he retires. I don't know nothing about soccer, but I know Messi.
Soccer's fun in person. Like soccer's fun. Period. It's just they be mad racist too.
Never mind, I don't need that.
Really do.
All right, y'all. That's it for this return episode recapping Week 14, thoughts of Week 15, playoff preview, and the NBA. Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe, share. We'll see y'all next week, man.
Next Tuesday, we'll be back.
Take it easy, y'all.